How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another 1-bar build in Gedonia. Today we're going to be using the Necromancer armor set, so let's dive in and check out this armor. Necromancer's armor is sort of like a plague doctor of sorts. Massive spikes on the shoulders, chains hanging down. Looks pretty damn good. Really love the belt and the robe. Colors look awesome. Plague doctor sort of mask. Does look pretty cool. Let's check out the armor's bonuses. Once you have 2 pieces of the Necromancer set equipped, this will decrease your mana requirements for all of your summons by 3%. Pretty handy to have. Can make quite a difference as well. But if you have all 5 items, drain health heals all summon minions, which is really good to have. So with the armor's actual stats and with the Necromancer set, it'll have the bonus damage to dark magic spells, a very slight critical strike chance, not as good as the others. All right, bit to health, good mana, a pretty good magic resist as well. Now moving on to the accessories, starting with the cloak. So with this one, I chose the Dark Lord cloak. So you can get this item from doing the epic quest line in the Necromance and just finishing that and talking to the merchant at the end. Or you can get it from doing the dig sites around Gedonia as a random drop in one of the chests. Gotta have good luck with RNG. This cloak will give you 160% bonus damage to dark magics and also 200 to health and mana. A bit of a movement speed buff as well. Now with the other accessories, I was really torn between the Volitile skeleton set and the bone serpent set. I was using 2 of each, so I just get a flat 400% more dark magic bonus. And I was arming and ahhing, but I was really torn of which way to go. With this, you can pretty much do whatever you want. This is where this build sort of splits. You can either go with the Bone Serpent, but then you can't summon skeletons or abominations, or you go with the Volitile skeleton and you can summon everything, or you can just split it in the middle and just just sit back and relax and don't really do too many spells. That's your 3 options really. So I chose Volitile skeletons because, you know, might as well just show them off. So with this set, this will give you a 200% boost to dark magic bonus if you have 2 of the items, and if you have all 4, this will raise skeletons as fire skeletons with any element, doesn't matter, but they'll run in a battle and explode, and this damage is increased by 200%. So as soon as they go up to an enemy and go to attack, they'll explode and deal huge amount of damage. And the Volitile skeleton trinket set, just like the Bone Serpent set, will give you a pretty big bonus to dark magic spells. Really pick which one you like. So moving on to the living weapon. The living weapon I chose for this build is the Cursed Totem, stage 3. So every 10 seconds, melee attacks with this staff can create healing, attack increasing, or frenzy buffs to your minions, and damage, disorientation, or stun debuffs for your enemies. So this is a random effect staff. You just swing it every 10 seconds and random buffs just shoot out. So it's pretty unpredictable, but pretty handy to have. Just like any other staff, it has the mana regen of 200%. Pretty good damage for a staff, better than the 55s, and also gives you 320% damage to your dark magic spells and plus 110 to mana, which is, you know, what you want with a dark magic staff really. Let's get into the skills. So starting off with blood magic, we just wanted leech is level 2. So after an enemy dies, we have a 100% chance to spawn a blood-sucking leech that will attack enemies and restore our health as well. This will be one of our healing abilities that we need just to sustain our life and also deal damage to random enemies as well, because this is going to be a pretty random build. Like, we won't be able to target too much. Next up in arcane magic, we have evasive blink. So this will be our dodge. We can't dodge too often because of the arcane instability which it causes. Increases the mana cost of our next blink by 200%. When we're getting into trouble, we can sort of bail out of it. Next up is mana bonus level 3, which just increases our mana by 100. Mana replenishment, which increases our mana regen by 300%. And also magic resistance level 3, which increases our magical resistance by 9%. Next up in defense, we have survivability level 2, just 60 health that we get. Immovability is increase knock resistance by 3. And also the mastery skill Defense Master, which gives us a 30% boost to our maximum health. Then in dark magic, We got dark element level 2, which applies a dark element to us. It'll randomly damage and curse enemies around us. It'll apply dark effects to our abilities. So with our skeletal mage, it'll make a dark shadow that can heal allies. Remember, we can also have companions with all of our clothies as well, just because of the charisma. There's no point putting our points in anything else apart from intellect. You can put it in whatever, but I like putting in charisma just so you can get Starwalker, or because he's pretty good. Or even Durnal, the new companion, he's pretty good too. You can have them and you have all casters and just rain spells on your enemies. That's why I chose dark element. We have drain health, so it drains the health of an enemy target. Self-explanatory there. Shadow wave, which sends a wave of shadow that curses enemies, damaging them and increasing damage they receive by 30 seconds. Also heals our summoned skeletons 50% of their health, but when your skeletons blow up, it doesn't really matter. Next up was raise skeleton level 2. All of your summoned skeletons, like, they're just going to blow up anyway, but getting level 2, we just want the mastery, really. With the mastery, increases the damage, health of the summoned skeletons, that's including the mages, and decreases the mana cost by 3%, so we'll be able to have more skeletal mages instead, or more living bombs. Next up is raise skeleton mage. So this will just raise a mage. It takes 22% of our max mana, but it'll be 16% because of our armor. And with dark, it creates shadow that can heal skeletons and curse the enemies. Pretty good at giving you damage and support. Next up is raise abomination. Just summons an abomination that takes 40% of our mana, plus the decrease of our armor, so it's 37. It's pretty good. And also Bone Serpent, which just summons a powerful Bone Serpent for 40 seconds. Deals huge amount of damage and has a lot of health, but doesn't require any of our mana. So it's just a cooldown. Pop it, and then for 40 seconds, you go with Dark Power level 5. This increases the power of our dark magic spells and minions by 70%. Everyone's just stronger. And get pretty crazy with the old dark magic as well. Next up in banditry, we just got 15 points into the tree just to give us 15% to evade, 6 points into speech just for pressure level 2, which will verbally abuse our target, decreasing their damage, and the charisma stat also increases the effectiveness of that spell. Next up in talents, we have 5 points in health bonus for 500 health, 5 points in mana bonus for 375 mana, 5 points in magic bonus for 125% more magic damage, 5 points in defense bonus for 5% of more armor and magic resist, and also 5 points in speed bonus for another 15% attack speed, and also our movement speed is increased by 1.25. All right, with all that out of the way, let's see what these frost ogres are made of. We've arrived at the frost ogre camp at nightfall. We're going to put on our dark element. We're just going to see how much volatile skeletons we can summon. These will all die in one hit anyway. But they do not have much armor at all, or health, or probably both. So what's that? That's 6. We can't summon anymore? No? That's fine. Alright, we're going to see what they can do to these guys. There you go. Go on. Alright, so they just... they just rip everything apart there. And they just get stunned. Alright, so we're just going to be sending in... Geez, that's a scary sight, isn't it? Oh, yeah, so that they will die in one hit. Ow. You still alive? How are you still alive? You can send an army in, really. They just, yeah, they sort of get decimated. If you have a tank there as well, it might be pretty good. Maybe 2 raised shadows. Alright, and then one of them. We'll put our shadow wave in. Blow up. And then we've just got range DPS and just keep summoning these fire skeletons at stun lock them. We're pretty tanky at the moment. Keep... Oh, wrong target, mate. But I said it's going to be pretty random. We can also buff our allies and also debuff the enemy. So we've got enrage and a healing buff. Every 10 seconds, I'm pretty sure. This should be random buff. There's a frenzy. Doing frenzy to someone. Yeah, as you can see, we're just 48,000. Whoa. Alright, let's try this harder mob up here. We're going to summon in the bone serpent as well. Damaging curse. Oh, you damn it. Get him in there. It's doing 36 just by itself. 55. Wow. No idea where this bone serpent is. Oh, bone serpent's taking damage. Drain a bit of health. Okay, so he's pulled more. No idea where any of my team is. Alright, we just cursed everything. Just, I'm really wishing these skeletons would just go for whatever's closest to me. But yeah, this is a really... It's a fun way to play. It's just really hard because you're like, go for that one! It just does so much damage. And just got that random effect. Like healing buff, you know, you pretty much sort it. So the old Volitile skeletons, they just... they do a lot of damage and they are so random. It is pretty fun to play. Like I was going, oh quick, hurry up and attack that one closest to me, but it is all random, and it's good that it has a massive AoE as well. So they were doing like 15,000 on a non-crit, and then once you actually buff them up as well, like send them out with a buff, they're doing like 55,000. Like, that's crazy. Like the only downsides with this is, of course, it's very random. But with companions as well, they'll be able to take a bit of the grunt and actually focus a little bit of fire, even though that it still might be a bit random. But other than that, like that damage output was crazy. And of course you can target an enemy and send all of your companions, micromanage everything. But other than that, yeah, it's a very fun build to play. Just that randomness in there. It was a lot different to what I'm used to anyway. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think. But that's going to do it from me. I really hope you enjoyed this build. I had a fun time playing it. All right, guys, that's going to do it from me. Stick around and check out some of the other builds on the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, guys, take care.